Let's talk about optimal number of hashtags. First, let me explain how to look at the numbers here. Under the frequency, this number indicates the total number of posts that is used for no hashtag versus hashtag. Under engagement, this number indicates the average engagement. For 0 hashtags, it shows more engagement, and 1 or 2 hashtags shows the less engaging post. This is how you look at it. And do not use this matrix to determine the number of hashtags, but use as a guidance to understand when to use a hashtag versus when not to use a hashtag. If your result shows 0 hashtag working better, understand the context. Why the post without hashtag generated more engagement? What is your brand secret? How they could generate a lot of interactions even without using hashtag. When there is an engagement from hashtags, what is the context that your brand used the hashtag? To figure that out, go to tweets and use a filter, and this time click the option under number of hashtags. Under number of hashtags, click no hashtags and click filter tweets. And this time, show the highest engagement first, and then click this one and understand why this post without hashtag could generate high engagement. This is a really funny and entertaining photo. Here is wearing Adidas shoes. It's very engaging and resonating with the audience interest. Not every content requires hashtag. So when it's funny, it doesn't need additional help. It may be automatically generate engagement from their followers. Figure out the success factors and replicate that success factor in creating future posts without using hashtag. When posts were engaging with a hashtag, choose 1 or 2 or 3 or 5 hashtags that performed better. In this case, they used only once for this post. It is motivating and inspiring, and they put their branded hashtag. You can think about better strategies to use the hashtag to increase engagement. Going back to optimization metrics, when your result indicates 1 or 2 hashtag is least performing, it doesn't mean that they have to use 3 or 5 hashtags most of the time. You have to think about why the 1 or 2 hashtag was least engaging. Evaluate the content first before you adopt the number of optimal post number. When 3 or 5 hashtags are working the best, figure out the reason why. Maybe because they were doing the giveaway context. They used the celebrity and they mentioned all the celebrity name. So there must be context that 3 or 5 hashtags worked well. Conversation itself is very entertaining, then you don't need to heavily rely on use of a hashtag. See if that post without hashtag mentioned a celebrity or popular figure or important event like Coachella. In that case, without using hashtag, that post itself can be very shareable and engaging. Figure out the reason why post without hashtag could generate lots of engagement. Brand managers fail to see beyond the statistics. They just adopt the numbers at face value. They make an easy interpretation and conclude that hashtags do not work. Because optimal number of hashtag is 0, they say, oh, hashtag is not working. See, they use the hashtag, it's less engaging, we are not going to use hashtag. Don't make that misleading conclusion, especially when optimal number of hashtag is 0. Be more careful and analyze data more critically. There are so many reasons why data suggests no hashtag is working better. This is partly because of data distribution. When there are strong outliers, that outperforming post may skew the data and change what is the optimal number for your brand. Also, when brands share breaking news, especially tragedy, someone passed away, when there is a bad news, right, accident, in that case, you don't want to use a hashtag. Not every post requires a hashtag. Know the context and then decide when to use a hashtag. You always have to look at the data more critically. Most of the cases, they used the hashtag, but only one case, they didn't put the hashtag. But result says no hashtag is optimal. But if you look at the data more closely, breaking news didn't need a hashtag. But if you look at other data, hashtag performed well. This is the case from Gucci. Gucci actively use hashtag. They mostly use the celebrity-related hashtag. But the result says no hashtag outperformed post with hashtag. Just looking at this simple data, you may think hashtags are not working and no hashtags are performing much better. But if you look at the data closely, the first one has a celebrity effect. They didn't use hashtags at all, but they used tagging. They mentioned BTS, popular music band, and then because of they have strong fan base from BTS, post itself became outlier and changed what is optimal number of hashtag. When you look at the other top engaging posts, they used one or two hashtags. Always see the context and analyze the data more critically using filter function. Hashtag serves different purposes. Whenever context is great, post will give you additional boost. Content should be engaging first, and when it's resonating, hashtags will give you additional boost. Also, when you use the unique hashtag or branded hashtag, you can track the data for social listening. There are different roles, but some brands choose not to use a hashtag because they already have a strong fan base, like celebrities. When they have popular cosmetic brands, they hardly use a hashtag because they know that they are popular. They don't rely on hashtags much, but still they generate lots of engagement because their fans are very strong, and whatever they say, they're gonna engage anyway. Another reason that I wanted to share is brands actually do not know how to use hashtags strategically. Many brands do not know the power of social listening. When you use unique branded hashtag, it's a lot easier to track the data. If your brands have limited knowledge about hashtag impact, if there is a way to utilize the hashtag better, make the suggestion in your actionable insights. And for other metrics called followers insight and followers list, you don't need to analyze these metrics for exercise 1, but this doesn't represent the profile for your entire audiences. This only captures fraction of data from people who interacted with your brand only recently. You don't want to overly rely on these metrics to find actionable insights. That's it. Thank you.